Some of the favourite stories what I'd like to share is like the emotional, sentimental bits behind climbing, and not just like I did this epic line and it was great.
I'm now joined by the wonderful Freja Shannon. Hi Freja, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
Good to be here.
What are you up to at the festival this weekend?
So this evening I've got a risk and reward session for mountain equipment with Aldo Kane, just talking about, I guess, the risk and reward in alpine climbing or rock climbing or winter climbing, with a climbing psychologist. So I think it'd be quite an interesting chat where she'll actually prod the right questions about how we actually see risk and stuff like that. And then tomorrow I've got a chat in the morning with Emma Warren in the Classic Red Intent, just about my climbing, I guess. And then Sunday I've got a film screening and a chat about winter climbing with Tom Livingston and Dave Evans from Alpine as well. So
It's a packed weekend.
it is. It is. My brain's gonna be frying after this.
What are some of your favourite stories that you love sharing at events like Kendal?
Well, this is my first time at Kendal, first time at Adventures Festival, so I'm not quite sure yet. But I think some of the favourite stories what I'd like to share is like the emotional, sentimental bits behind climbing, and not just like I did this epic line and it was great. Talk like that's why the risk and reward session I think would be quite fun, because you talk about maybe deeper risk than just the objective risk of like rockfall or something.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to kind of share what goes on behind the scenes of what you see in like a bold photo climbing or something like that.
Yeah.
So.
And you mentioned the climate psychologist, that'll be Dr. Rebecca Williams. Or has your opinion of risk changed or evolved over the last few years?
Definitely growing older. Not that I'm that old, but like when I was younger, I think the reason I got into climbing so quickly and progressed at the start was because I was so naive and I just wouldn't even look at risk. And I think I'm really glad that I've survived some of the things that I did when I was 19, 20. And then how my risk has changed to now, where it's like I don't need to prove myself as much, so I can walk away from things a lot easier than what I did a few years ago. And yeah, it'll be interesting to chat to Rebecca, because she'll ask the right questions and kind of make us dive deeper into our own understanding of risk.
Yeah, she's fantastic. And one of the things you briefly touched on there was winter climbing. What would you say to anyone, more particularly women, wanting to get into the world of winter climbing?
Just go for it, I think. Maybe something that I feel really passionate about is like making the gap between elite or good climbers and beginners much smaller, because I think there's way too big of a gap, and I think girls should just kind of go for it, whether it's winter climbing or rock climbing or alpine climbing. Just everyone is doing, like, trying, so you might as well just try to and just go for it.
Yeah, Where are some of your favourite places around the world to do winter climbing?
I was in Canada last year, and that was really cool, really wild and so different from the Alps, where there's a lot of people, there's like a lot of tracks, you get a lot of information just from Instagram and stuff of like what's in condition and what's not in condition. And then I went to Canada and there's no tracks, there's no people, there's no signal, like you really have to use all your skills. I was in Norway as well, and it's kind of similar feeling there, like complete wilderness, which feels like raw alpinism rather than Instagram alpinism that I think Europe has a touch of sometimes.
Oh, that's brilliant. And you've just mentioned you were doing bigger routes and doing further field expeditions, and you've not recently, but have been slowly progressing into doing more multi-pitch and expedition type climbing. Is there any particular reason you've wanted to do that, or do you feel that's a natural progression of your climbing?
I think it's probably a natural progression as well, but also it's been really exciting to like be able to use all my skills from like single pitch trap climbing and bring them into the mountains and just go to really wild places. And and I guess it just feels like it's way more adventure, and I think I'm really drawn to the adventure side of things. So I think I would have gotten bored if there wasn't the option to go multi-pitching or to go on expeditions and stuff. I might just get a little bit bored. So it's quite fun to like bring it forward.
Have you got any exciting expeditions lined up that you can tell us about?
Not at the moment. I just got back. Well, not that I can't say anything. Sorry, but I just got back from
very good poker face.
Yeah, exactly. I had a bit of a hectic summer, and then I was away.
Very busy summer
for the autumn. So I think now I'm just gonna like chill out and be in the Alps for a while. And I mean, I'll probably be gone somewhere. I was meant to be going away in January already, but I think I'm gonna just hang out and see what the winter brings. And maybe do some more Europe-based stuff.
Nice.
So we'll see.
And you touched on at the beginning that you will be at Brit Rock and you have a film about yourself in that, Goddess of Crack. Can you tell us a bit about the film?
The film is me climbing 2 routes, one in Sweden and one in Ireland, and it's kind of cool because like I'm half Swedish, half Irish, so it was nice to be able to tie 2 areas together like that. Yeah, it was just a really fun experience making a film, and kind of dealing with the ridiculous idea that someone wants to make a film about you, and then it was actually just really fun 10 days hanging out, so
Nice.
it turned out to be a really positive experience.
Adventure sports in Ireland aren't the biggest thing. What does it feel to you to be considered as a role model for women in climbing in Ireland?
That feels ridiculous. No, it's really cool, and I think like even the film being in Ireland and having climbed a few Irish routes and stuff and running a women's rock or climbing festival in Ireland,
Yeah.
I really hope that it's made some sort of a difference for Irish climbers, Irish female climbers, to have someone to look up to, especially when it's just someone that everyone started climbing with at the same time.
Yes.
You know, so it's like I feel like I hope I'm relatable to people so they can get inspired to climb as well.
That's brilliant. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Freya. We hope you enjoy the festival.
Thanks for having me.